we've done Blinky 500 stuff multiple times now. And Blinky, of course, has another one, and it's called The Many Deaths of John Wick. And it is, the guy, Chris Notarile, who, we talked about him, he did The Fucking Mask, and he did, I can't even remember off the top of my head what else he's done.
Beetlejuice.
But, yeah. See, and we just, we did Beetlejuice
Predator.
one. So, yeah. And so we got this one called, The Many Deaths of John Wick. And he pretty much stated that, he wanted to add a supernatural element to the character of John Wick, which is, this is his little quick word is, I have a lot of respect for the John Wick series. It's stylistic, slick, full of life, and damn well made. So when my close friend, Jeff Odachowski, made mention to me that he wanted to do a John Wick short, I pretty much told him it was impossible. Then, like a few days later, sent him a script. I clearly spoke too soon. One of the main ideas I wanted to drive home was the short was the supernatural element that has been implied in the John Wick films. The idea that he is feared and revered is just great and makes for awesome speculation. And since every action movie ever has allowed for the hero to survive insane stunts that kill a regular person, I wanted to flat out address that and try to make sense of it. The film was shot in 2 days. Day 1 was the entire dinner sequence with death, and day 2 was the actual fight. For obvious reasons, this seemed like the most practical way to film. The last thing, Aaron Toth was the main fight choreographer on the project. Together with the help of myself, Jeff Odachowski, Tim Banks, and Dwight Taylor, we all came up with a pretty fun, kinetic fight scenes. So, yeah, it's just short and simple. The basic casting with the actor. I mean, he doesn't sound like Keanu Reeves, but that's okay. Whatever. He's got the hair. He's got the outfit. And for all intents and purposes, they did a good job with the quick cutting fight choreography and the shooting and then the slow down where you have the talking with him and Death. I actually overall I really enjoyed this as a short film.
I thought it was really good. I didn't even read any of it. I just watched it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, he's throwing in a supernatural element to kind of discuss. And that's cool. I like that. I like the fact that the way that Death was. And you just see the face. And then the hair is the shroud, her cloak or for whatever you want to call it, the hood of her cloak.
Yeah.
That was really cool. The way that contrast between light and dark. And when she's moving around him, she moves like almost like a ghost. It's just very smooth. And so the actress that's playing Death, if you want to call it that, is so good at the way she's talking with him and the enunciation and the way her voice, it's almost like a song. And it's very smooth and silky and as they're having this dialogue, but the way the way she moves is super silky. I love it.
Like wooing him in a way.
Well, but beyond the wooing type of thing, I'm talking about just movement in terms of supernatural, right?
Like a graceful,
like a dancer.
Yeah.
And but like I said, more of that supernatural element that he is discussing, which is how ghosts just kind of float, right?
Yeah.
And or how Death just, as you said, like if you were to imagine how Death just moves, like they show in Bill and Ted, right, where he just kind of floats, right? And you see the his Diablo. In Diablo they have Death, and he just floats, and his cloak is just billowing out or below him, and it just kind of flutters, And
you may be a king or a lowly street sweeper, but sooner or later you'll dance with the Reaper. Get down with your bad self.
And I like the way that he is able to get that entire sequence shot without pulling anybody out. Now, what pulled me out of the whole when I was watching it, what pulled me out of the entire movie was, and this is so stupid, but there was a sequence during the fight where Wick grabs a guy's arm and pops the clip out of the gun.
Oh, yeah.
That and the reason for this is this. You have all this intense action going on,
mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, like when he grabs the guy's arm, it interrupts the sequence.
Okay.
But not in a good way. It doesn't slow it down in a good way for a second. It felt like an awkward timing thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times. Let's just say that they did that take like 4 or 5 times, and that was the best of the takes to be able to grab that guy's arm and pop the clip out because he's trying to do it real fast.
Yep.
and that took me out of it momentarily. I'm not. This is really. God damn it! This is really fucking good. Everything he does is really fucking good, and he uses his friends and he sets everything up. He storyboards it properly. He writes it out, and he I don't know if he captures his vision 100%. I don't think anybody does. But man, the whole entire fight sequence, regardless of that little part right there, was something that I was so impressed with. The fighting, not just the gunshots, but even the way that the guy was holding his guns, like Keanu does in the movies.
Yeah,
he had everything down pat. In fact, the guy, with the exception of the last part, because the way that it was filmed, you can't really see the dude that's playing John Wick's face until until he's talking with Death, really. And it's so well shot and so well edited that he could be a stand-in for Keanu Reeves. That's how good this is.
Yeah.
And of course the whole fight sequence, and the kicking and the punching and this and that. It also reminded me of oh my God, Grosse Pointe. Grosse Pointe Blank.
Yeah.
That fight sequence in the hallway at the school between Cusack
and the German guy, or the hitman.
Yeah, that disgusting hitman that had a porn fetish.
Ace of Spades.
Yeah, so that entire fight sequence between John Wick and the two guys reminded me of that fight sequence from Grosse Pointe Blank. It's one of my favorite fight sequences. So when I'm making those allusions, when I'm thinking back of all the stuff that I've seen, in terms of fight scenes and whatnot, and you can conjure up some of my favorite shit, I know you're doing it right. You're really putting in a great effort to capture the intensity of what they're going through. And it was fantastic. I loved it. I don't have anything bad to say, which is surprising.
Yeah, and I'm rewatching it. I'm already on the second time rewatching it while we've been talking about it. Yeah, that scene you mentioned, I mean, it's really fast. Where he drops the mag out of the gun, puts the guy at the second, when it comes back from death, and it's quick. I mean, the shot is only maybe a second and a half.
Yeah, but it just interrupts the flow, it seems. I don't know. It's just that's what it felt like to me. But again, everybody sees everything differently. So, like I said, who knows?
Yeah, this guy Chris Notarile is he's very interesting, man. I mean, we might end up just only doing reviews for his page.
He's got like 50 million fucking videos. He's also he does a lot of live stuff. I've seen him pop up on my feed where he's like, when the whole pandemic thing started, he did a couple of live videos, and I didn't watch them. I didn't have a chance to. I was preoccupied with work and whatnot. So when I saw those, I was like, oh damn. And then I saw it again. I was, oh damn, because it just didn't jive with the time that I saw it. Like, he had already basically just did this whole live thing, and then it just popped up on my feed, and it had been like 2 or 3 hours since he had done the live thing. I was just like, oh, that would have been cool, but whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. This is I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep doing picking John, Notarile, Blink 500.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that we gotta watch, like the Halloween one. There's a couple of Halloweens that he did, and then there's a Nightmare on Elm Street that he did. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, I know I did the one of the Haddonfield one. Yeah,
we talked about. We didn't talk about it though. I mean, it was brief. We wanted to both do it, but I didn't. I was too lazy to watch it. Essentially, we had made plans to, but we haven't really talked about the Haddonfield one. So, because I mean, I'm sure we did, but I mean, in regards to an actual like review, I think you did it, but I didn't watch most of it. So I whatever. It doesn't matter. You know what? All of the stuff that he does will just essentially, this is going to become the Chris Notarile fan film review.
Yeah, we're just going to call it, we're going to be the Notaphiles or something.
Ugh. How long have you been sitting on that one?
I just thought of it. Seriously.
Okay.
It's kind of like verbal diarrhea.
What?
Mental diarrhea, verbal diarrhea, it just spewed out of me.
Oh.
So. The generator has shut down. So, do you have anything else you want to add to this one?
No. I rely on you to look up the fan film stuff, because that's your job. Your job is to find the fan films and share them with me and go from there. But so that's what your job is. Your job is to hunt down movies and make me watch them.
All right. So, maybe we'll start doing the Kruger ones.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do, man.
He's got a series of them. So the Kruger, he's got at least 6 or 7 episodes of this Kruger. And each episode is, most of them are 6 minutes or less, but some of them get longer.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Whatever. Just do it. Don't care.
Do it.
Just pick it like a scab.
Get ready for prime time, bitch.
And then go from there. So that way we can review these things.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you guys on the flip side.